Thank you, Grant, for the opportunity to speak today. I'm the new VP of Security for Replicated. I have three core responsibilities that cover corporate security, security of our software development lifecycle, as well as I'm the voice that helps amplify the voice of security within our product roadmap. So thank you again for attending today's Q4 Replicon. I have about a 10-minute window to share with you what we've been doing. You know, Replicated has had a very strong emphasis on security way before I even joined the company. But I think it's really important that we spend some time to talk about some insight with our security programs, highlight some accomplishments this year. I think Grant already kind of spilled the beans a little bit there that we're going to announce today, as well as give you some heads up on some reports and some white papers and other documents around security that we have available today for all of our customers and potential customers and everyone else, if you would. So like I said, I've been a security professional for quite some time. The cybersecurity threat landscape and the models are always changing. And I'm always reminded by one of my prior CEOs years back, and customers would ask him, you know, how are you dealing with that ever-changing cybersecurity threat landscape? And he would say, oh, you know, I sleep like a baby. I wake up every hour screaming and tormenting and feel like I'm going to die. But, you know, it is kind of an old and overused joke, but it gets the point across in that in security, we're always dealing with something new, some kind of new threat model that's out there. And from the security perspective, I like to highlight and re-amplify the voice of our customers. So I do understand really you're looking for secure and reliable software. There's a lot of concerns these days around the cyber supply chain. And this term providence really hasn't come up quite often until probably May 2021, when the President of the United States, Biden, actually used it in one of his executive orders to help the nation really improve its cybersecurity controls and tools, right? So knowing that Replicate is part of your supply chain, I want to spend a few minutes to talk about what does our program look like, and then give you some more insight of what's going on here. So our program is really centered around four core tenets. It is meaningful security measures, close partnership with our product team, clear communications, and continuous improvements. So first off, what does it mean for a meaningful security measure? When we look at our budget and where we're going to invest in security, we ask ourselves some questions. Can the investment here actually improve security? Can it help the business? Can we measure the outcome? And then there's this great idea of the BOGO that I call it. So it's, you know, we're in the holiday season, we're pretty used to sales. So it's the buy one, get one free, buy one, get one half off kind of thing. And the methodology kind of goes like this. So one, I'll ask, does it improve security? Great. Number two, can I get a freebie, the BOGO, for example, on a checkbox for a compliance framework? And three, most important, is if we implement it, we invest in it, we buy this new tool or process or procedures, we'll also have a net positive impact to our customers. And that, to me, those three questions are the sweet spot where we like to invest our money within our security programs. Moving on to continuous compliance, not continuous compliance, but continuous improvements, as well as clear communications. So some people may not know, but throughout my career, I spent about 5 years as a consulting CISO for a number of companies. And as any good consultant, you come in, you do the assessment, and you help them understand where they are and where they need to go. My assessment was a little different, I came to understand, which was, it wasn't a binary pass or fail. It was really based upon a 5-point rating system. And I think that really brings us back to this idea that even little bits of security are generally better than none at all. And many people like to understand, hey, where am I today? What is my quote unquote roadmap to security enlightenment? And that 5-point rating system helped them. Now, we're an agile company. Many people are agile companies these days and develop software in that methodology. And so continuous improvement and clear communications go really hand to hand. And I apply that same methodology to, you know, our security programs here within Replicated. So speaking of continuous improvement and clear communications, I lost my mouse. Here we go. Let me give you some insight and some takeaways that we have available for you today to talk about our programs, and we go more in depth here for what's going on. Okay, so what's in our security toolbox that we have available today? I'm going to go down this list and we're going to dive into a few of them a little bit deeper. Number one, we did complete a SOC 2 Type 1 audit this year. As Grant mentioned, we also passed a SOC 2 Type 2. I'm going to talk about that in a second. We also have been doing pen tests for at least the last 5 years. So we have all that information, those reports. This year, we did something different, which was I brought in a whole new vendor to run that pen test for us. The idea here is if you keep going back to the same company time and time again, you often don't get new and unique perspectives on these pen tests. So it's important to refresh, those vendors in there. We're actually just completing that pen test this week. It's gone well. And so as soon as we get through all of that, that will be available for us to help us guide us to the next steps that we want to improve on, in our products. Last 2 points here. We have an area on our website dedicated to security. It's replicated.com/security. We talk about everything that we do in terms of our security programs, whether it's our bug bounty program, the general kind of security around network, patch management, all that kind of great stuff is there. So speaking of that white paper, this is something we update quite often. And the white paper is meant to describe kind of the A to Z very briefly, but also encompassing of everything we do here at Replicated for security. So you're going to see in there physical security stuff, network security, what are our training and awareness programs look like, on and on and on, if you would. Here's the great thing about this paper and the great thing about our clear communications is that this paper is not behind any kind of registration or NDAs or anything like that. And what that means is that you're free to go look at it, get more information. But also on the same token, we do see some of our end users, so our customers' customers may notice that they are using Replicated within their supply chain and may have questions. And so this is great since it is not under any kind of protection. You can send them the link, you can download this PDF, you can share it with them as needed. And like I said, we do update this quite often. I think there's an update coming out, I think next week, that talks about the recent they completed SOC 2 Type 2 audit. So speaking SOC 2 Type 2, as Grant mentioned, we did literally just complete the Type 2 audit. We got the report, final done report this week. But I wanted to spend just a few moments to give you a sense of what's in there. It is not one of those lackluster kind of audits. This was a fairly cohesive and extensive audit that we went through. We covered 2 trust principles, which I would say are the most important ones within SOC 2. That's security and confidentiality, which is also pretty broad. 249 controls are in there, and we were observed through June through September. We do believe in continuous compliance. I think I flubbed and said that earlier, but we do believe in that. But the observation period just itself was those few months. Okay, so next question I get, how can I get my hands on these reports? When you're familiar with SOC 2, you'll know that we have a requirement put upon us by the AICPA, as well as our auditors that says we can only share them under NDA. So current customers, your legalese is probably going to cover you already for that. Go ahead and ask, for a copy of it, either through like your support channel, your sponsor, whoever that may be. My team will get the request, we'll get it out to you. New potential customers, we're going to ask you to do something similar, which is you will need to sign an NDA to get access to them. And in terms of how to get in contact with us, you've probably got a salesperson already working with you, so we can help you coordinate and get those reports out to you. So super excited that we've completed those. The team's done a lot of work this year, not only the Type 1, the Type 2, all kinds of other stuff that we've been doing around continuous improvement of our security programs. So, excuse me, I'm losing my voice there. So last item I want to leave you with today, which is to bring things full circle. At the beginning, I talked about, today's concerns around the cyber supply chain. And I want to bring this first full circle, like I said, is we do have the capability to influence our security and product roadmaps. And the team this week just kicked off a project that will allow us to make a much stronger attestation around provenance. not only of the code that we write, but also with the other artifacts and libraries that are part of the replicated platform software. You're going to have to stay tuned for much more details around that. I don't have an exact date, for example, really early to be making any further announcements. So keep coming back to Replicons, keep looking up for those new product announcements, feature announcements, and so forth. And you're going to get more info about that. So that's your teaser for today. I will leave this before I hand it to Grant, which is if you do have other questions, if you have any other comments, either in the chat here today, feel free. Our email Security Replicated will get to me as well as a number of other people, and we'll do our best to get your answers as soon as I can.